I think anxiety is the single biggest struggle that we all maybe face. But here's the deal. I mean, there's the average woman has maybe more anxiety than the average man. Okay, again, I'm no PhD. I didn't study this, but I think that's probably logical, right? I mean, if you look at any stereotypes of men and women, it's always, men thinking women are crazy. And why is that? It's because maybe women on the average have more anxiety, and some guys, it's just the simplicity of what's going on. They just don't get it. Like when you're questioning yourself, or the self-doubt, or the little voices or whatever, you freak out and kind of, panic attack stuff. Guys don't understand that. A lot of guys don't understand that. They're like, you're crazy. Well, I don't get it. You're crazy. Now, there's exceptions on both sides. And I think I have probably a little bit more anxiety. I mean, I freak out about some things sometimes. I worry about stuff. And a lot of times that's helped when it's come to having conversations with women, because I kind of get it to some extent. Likewise, I dated someone who had like zero anxiety at all, a woman who had zero anxiety, and I felt weird. I mean, it was bizarre talking to her. It felt like there was no depth at all. There was never anything meaningful. There was no vulnerability. There was nothing that was ever shared. It was just, let's go watch a baseball game, or wow, it's beautiful weather outside. I just felt it was really superficial. And when that happened, I started to understand how, all my life I've had a lot of women friends, and I've always heard women say those sorts of things about guys, that they don't feel like they connect with the guys, or they ever say anything really meaningful. And then what happens is they end up hanging out with their girlfriends, and that's where they have that camaraderie and that sharing and that kind of really closeness. So I think on the average, women have more anxiety than men. But I think you should try and get as close as you can to a similar level of anxiety, frankly, either very little or more, depending on who you are, to find a successful relationship. This is my opinion. But I think if you find someone who kind of gets it to the same extent that you do, it's going to make things a lot easier. I'll give you another example. A little while longer ago, I dated someone who had like enormous anxiety, like incredible anxiety and panic attack, risk of panic attack like daily, it seemed like. And it was a bit much for me. I was like, wow, I don't know if I can deal with this. I don't get it. It was hardcore. It was way beyond anything that I've ever experienced. So I think you should try and find someone who's a similar level for that to work.